Puppy biting, it's the #1 thing on puppy videos. Oh, look out, this boy's fired up. He's always been fired up, and he's a biter, but I'm gonna let him down. But I wanna tell you, this video is about when do you want to encourage your puppy to be a biter? Let him bite you all the time. Why would you do that? I'm gonna tell you about that in this video, but he just got let out and he's ready to get it on. So I'm going to put him down, Jay, and come around front. There you go, big boy. Okay, now, there is a time when you want your puppy to bite, and you never want to discourage the biting. Now, this is not for most of you. Most people, I have a lot of things in my puppy training system that teach people what I do to discourage puppy biting and how to fix puppy biting, how for it not to be such a big problem, because it is for most people, because most people don't want puppies to bite them. So in my puppy training system, the early puppy training system, I teach you how to get through that phase unscathed as possible. But there are times when you do not want to discourage your puppy from biting, even if it wants to bite you or your feet or your shoelaces or your pull on your pants. You never want to discourage your puppy from biting if you're planning to put that puppy into a training program that incorporates bite work, what they call bite work. That's when they want to train a dog to bite on command, release on command, and find somebody that's hiding from them and do what they call bark and hold. So the dog looks and finds somebody, and they'll sit right in front of them. Roar, 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 roar. Now, if the guy moves, he's got a sleeve on, a biting sleeve. If the guy moves, they'll bite the sleeve and tussle with the guy. But as long as the guy just stands there, the guy that's the decoy, as long as he or she stands there and doesn't move, the bark and hold, the dog's trained to bark until their handler comes, like a military or police or whatever, professional protection trained dog for professionals like CEOs or high-level executives and so forth. That kind of dog, when that dog is trained to bark and hold someone until the handler comes, then the handler comes and a lot of options. They can say, hey, bite them anyway, rawr, 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 or heel with me, we're going to back off 10 feet and stop, and I'm going to have you to lay down, and then I'm going to put handcuffs on this guy or whatever. So if the puppy is eventually going to be trained for any kind of protection stuff, and a lot of people don't do this. A lot of people don't know this. They get a puppy, and they're stopping it from biting, and they're thinking in their mind, you know, when this puppy gets 6 months old or a year old, I'm going to put them in protection training. That's what they're thinking. Well, if you're going to be doing that, and you haven't already talked about it with a protection trainer, a real live, good quality, professional protection dog trainer, don't let an amateur train your dog to do that. This is for professionals only. I don't do this kind of training personally, but you know, I do what I call estate training. But anyway, if you're thinking you might want to put your puppy in protection training one day, although you haven't even set that up, do not discourage your puppy from biting. You just have to pay the price and let the biting happen and try to get them to do something else maybe, but you don't correct them for biting in that situation. Thought you wanted to know that. So that's the time when you want to encourage biting and not discourage puppy biting. Get my puppy training system. Because most of you don't want a puppy biting. You're not going to protection train. You got a home puppy. You got a puppy that's going to be with you in the home, uptown, in the car, around kids. You know, I mean, that's what most all of you want. So get my puppy training system. You don't need a trainer. If you send your puppy off to someone to train, nothing against trainers, But if you send your puppy and spend $2,000 or $3,000 for it to be trained, and they train it and bring it back to you, show you the commands and so forth, you got a puppy that's trained, you got a set of commands. But if you didn't understand the process, you weren't there. The puppy was getting trained. You weren't being trained. If you don't understand the process, the puppy could lose most or even all of what it was trained to do by the $3,000 trainer. Not their fault. You just gotta get my puppy training system. It's under $300. You're the trainer. You use love to reward the dog. Wow, how great is that? Love? Yeah, I use love. I don't use other forms. I don't use clickers and yes and, buzzers or whatever. I use love. That's a good baby. They love it and I love it and everybody loves it and it's great. And you don't have to hire a trainer. You're the trainer and you were in on the entire training process. Wow. So, not trying to sell you something. I'm just letting you know. It's helped a lot of people. Over 1,000 of those things have gone out to people, and just high acclamations for what they've been able to accomplish with their dogs. So, from all of us to all of you, thank you, GermanShepherdman.com.